you're talking, just talking in general, you say it the way you want to say it. But if you're talking because you really want that other person to receive what you're saying to make change, then sometimes it's like my students. I can't teach my kids the same way. I know this may work for this kid, this may work for this kid, right? And so what mistaken is saying is if you really want there to be change, then you have to do, you have to say it in a way that the person can receive what you're saying. And vice versa. The women have to do the same thing as it comes to the men. Men, I say all the time, respect means everything. So she comes to you in a disrespectful way, you're not even hearing her. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect the man. You want him to understand what you're saying. Talk to him softly. Speak to him. Speak to his man, his manhood, and he will receive what you are saying. But it goes both ways. Now, if you're talking to each other, or we just having a powwow, that's totally different. But if we're trying to move mountains, if we're trying to change things, then we have to speak people's language, right? And I think that that's really the important thing. Let me get these super checkers. I think that they're Harrison, pull up. Hey, she done dipped on us. He ain't even responding. He just comes in, throws $5 and just be like, bye. Salute.
HD, you be in that chat now all of a sudden you MIA.
Then she got a chick, honey. Okay, you want to read that, Tara? You're muted.
My bad. Myron Scott, $10. Hey, Myron. The problem is men want the most attractive woman, but when they have the worst attitudes, they complain instead of finding someone who is more agreeable. Leave the headaches for someone else.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sometimes, and that's for women too, sometimes our superficial needs give people a pass, right? Like for example, women who are beautiful women have been treated a certain kind of way all their lives because they're beautiful, right? They're a little spoiled. That means they feel like they can act a certain kind of way. Don't pick her. Okay? Sometimes you got to humble that experience.
When Miss Taken was just talking about one of the phrases here, leave them at the table or leave them at the restaurant, that's what that phrase means. It means, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. We straight, we good. That's what that phrase translates into. It I don't know if it I think I see it more as metaphorically. I don't see it more as we're at the restaurant, hey,
Yeah,
I'm
but in
out.
the context, look at the context in which those statements are made. We're talking about men and women interaction. And a lot of times, just like I guess men could say that they've had their experiences, but as a woman, I'm speaking from the woman experience side of it, that if they've been jaded or things like that, and then you hear, and I think Hank is a good there's moments in which I see a different side of Hank that I'm like, okay, he has a softer side or whatever. But and even Ricky too, he was another one that when I first got in these spaces that I had to learn him. And I'll say he's also made changes. I've seen Ricky grow in his delivery from when I first started like being in this space, that it's really like I like men tell women to just suck it up and just deal with it. Like somebody said that in the comments. As a matter of fact, I came across that in the comments. Like, you just got to accept the man, that's the way we communicate. And I think that's where some of the gender war stems from too, is this talk from men a lot about how women need to change. And I'm not saying we don't. I agree that there is things that women need to work on and change. But the conversations for men is always
Hey,
about how women need to change for the benefit of them. Whereas women are asking men to change so we can be in relation with each other. But men, oh shoot. You all right, AP?
I'll be right back.
Oh, uh-oh.
What happened? I missed it.
You see in the back chat.
What the fuck? Wait.
um
What in the hell?
My bad, y'all. But you know, I think that is an immature way of dealing. I think
So let me.
men take women when they're saying you need to handle me in a certain way
Mm-mm.
as women trying to change men because they have a preconceived concept of what a man's supposed to be across the board.
So
Whereas women are saying, listen, you need to speak to me in a certain way for me to understand it. And instead of taking that and making adjustments, they get stuck in their ego because they don't want to change. And then they say, oh, you're trying to make me not, not a man because I'm asking you to deliver a message a certain way.
So I I think HG made another post, and this is the thing. The women can suck it up and they can deal with it, right? But that is the reason why you have the women who act the way that they do, because they are sucking up and deal with it, and that's their reaction to sucking up and deal with it. If you want the type of woman that you say that you want, there are some changes we have to all make, right? You can't ask, like Mistaken said, you can't ask for a feminine woman, but you want her to suck it up. Right. So where's the protection in that? Like, come on. Like, what are we saying? You can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Do you want us to be hard, soft, in the middle? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that make up your mind? Because we confused. You okay, AP?
Yeah, no, I'm straight. It's down the road somewhere. I'm
Listen,
about, I'm prepared. Let's just say it that way. That's all I'm gonna say.
you may need to go in the house. I'm just like, um,
No, no, I'd rather be out here. You can say, hey, see it
I
coming.
know that's right. Get your Snickers bar. Uh, it's a joke that happened behind the scenes. Never mind. But yes, so I think that we have to, I think that men want that tough girl, but then they want the soft girl, and women just be so confused at which one is which, right? But going back to it, that other guy, somebody else's point about the beautiful women. Sometimes the ratchetest women come in the most beautiful bodies, right?
Man, you
But
preaching.
listen, but that ratch ain't going nowhere. She gotta listen. She had thug, and it's not leaving. It's a part of the DNA. It is ghetto for life. You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta choose.
You
You gotta
know, you-
you listen to what I'm saying. You got it's either you intervene early on and you get these people involved with making change because I'm gonna tell you what starts it. That music, what we're seeing, you know what I'm saying? It keeps it going. I personally believe that me and Mistaken was talking, about government assistance. It should be a behavior addendum in there. You understand what I'm saying? Because I sent her a video, and the mess that we saw in that video was, and we feel like this is why people act the way because and it starts so young. And I should have sent it to you, and I really should have brought it up here, but I ain't trying to tap into that. But it has to start young. Because once they get a little older, it's in them.